Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Saturday, June 7th, 2014, and this is the facts of the matter. I am slipping. When I begin to act as if genuine joy is dependent on the state of circumstances surrounding me, meaning that everything has to be going my way. Um, the water gets magically turned on. Uh, I get to keep my computer. I didn't have a fight with my husband this morning. My husband wasn't being rude this morning when he woke up. He wasn't being his normal bearish self. Uh, those types of circumstances. When I begin to lose the distinct aroma of the fragrance of Christ in my life, thinking, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is everything always happening to me? What else can happen next? I'm losing my computer. We have no water. When I begin to feel or act as if my self-worth and acceptance is dependent on how well I perform. Oh, I didn't do this today, so I didn't go out and, exercise today, so I'm I'm not, I'm not good. I didn't do a video for God today, so I'm not that good. I didn't tell somebody about Christ today. I'm not that good. I wasn't able to pass that test, so I'm not that good of a Christian. When I am losing my grip on the reality of spiritual warfare, then I begin to treat my brother or fellow human being as my enemy and seek to do battle with fleshly weapons. When it seems that something ain't going your way, do you tend to yell at people, scream at them, get an attitude with them even when they're trying to help you? When I act as victory or success depends on me and my ability rather than the adequacy of God and the power of the Holy Spirit. Oh, the only way I'm going to be able to keep my computer is if we do extra work and everything so that I can pay off what is owed. The only way we're going to be able to get the water turned on is if we ride the water company and make them do it. The only way I'm not going to fight with my husband in the morning is if I yell at him and complain and ride his ass and tell him he's not good enough and yada yada yada. When I place undue emphasis on programming and planning to the exclusion of his direction, leading, and guidance. Oh, I have to do this in order for this to happen, instead of allowing God to do it for you. When more time is spent in the activity arena than in the prayer closet. Do you rush about your day doing everything you can but forget to take that time to pray to the Lord, to thank Him, to honor Him, to glorify Him, to give Him all credit? When the praise of men and women become more important than the approval of God. Throughout this whole ordeal with the smoking and the Atkins diet, my husband, he's supportive, but he's not very verbal about it, which doesn't bother me whatsoever because I know he's beside me. I have no doubt about it. And then I get these praises from others saying, oh, you're doing so well in that. And no, I'm not. The Christ in me is. All glory goes to Him. None of it's for me because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Him. They want to give me the glory for doing something that I'm not doing. It's the Christ in me that's doing it. When relating to and caring for people is less important than programs, planning, meetings, and budgets. You have a couple extra dollars or whatnot. I'll do this all the time. If somebody in front of me in the line and I have cash on me, not just, if I have cash on me, not just what I need, but, even a little extra, and they're a buck, $2 short, I'll be like, here, I got you. Or, what was the last one? Somebody was struggling with something. Oh, yesterday while I was shopping. And yes, this is a brand of charity because, she would have been in deep mishap if it wouldn't have happened the way it was. At the grocery store, this lady was packing up her bags and her child was, a little distracting. Not really bad. I mean, he was a pretty good kid considering how well these children behave nowadays or how well they don't behave nowadays. So I mean, he was really good. She was just a little distracted, and she almost left her pocketbook, her wallet, on the counter when she was bagging her groceries. And I said, "Ma'am, don't forget your pocketbook," because she had started to walk away. And she was like, "Oh my goodness, thank you. My husband would have had to fit. He would have had to cancel the credit cards, and I have money in there." And I was like, "No problem." Um, and no, I'm not I'm using these as an example, It wasn't me, it was a Christ in me that said, "Hey, you're leaving your pocketbook." Because Nicole ain't that nice. The Christ in me is awesome, though. When I assume responsibilities to worry and fret over things and people that God and His sovereignty and power would take charge of if I would allow Him to do so. Let's see, Wednesday, is when Sarah got the original call about her computer. And it was only supposed to have been $40 then. And we just happened to have that. And I wasn't listening. Imagine that, right? I wasn't completely listening. And I told Douglas, I said, "We'll just take the $40 and go pay for her computer tomorrow." I said, "Call me at lunch and I'll let you know if they are willing to work with her or not. And if not, if they still need it, give it." And he's like, "Well, that's gonna take the money from your computer, and then you're not gonna have it. Your computer." I said, I'm willing to give mine up for 2 weeks. I don't care. And no, that's just saying that, it's not that I just didn't want to see her to go without it. And yesterday morning when I was up doing the dishes and I was re-listening to of course it's not right in front of me, the last Bible studies for Sunday or Wednesday, which was resting in you. And I heard, I'm trying to teach her a lesson. And I'm like, and he's like, "I'm trying to get her to depend on me, not everybody else. Stop saving her butt and let her deal with the consequences." I was like, "All right, no problem. I'm stepping back and letting you take care of what you need to do." And she comes down later that morning and says, "Mom, I understand that you want to help me and everything, but I have to do this, and if it needs to go back, then it's going to go back. And I told her, I said, well, I was going to tell you anyways that we weren't going to do it because God told me that he wants you to depend on him and rely on him. And she was okay with it. So there is a real importance on listening to make sure that God ain't trying to teach that person a lesson before you just jump in and save them. There's a lot of times where he's trying to teach somebody and they or their family members won't allow God to intervene. They just do what they think they need to do. And the last one for today is when my rights become more important than God's will and way. So many people think they have a privilege to their rights. They need to be right. You know what? I give up my ability to be right. I don't care if I'm proven wrong. And I have no rights. Everything I have is because of God. Everything you have is because of God. And if he chooses to take it from you, just so be it. So be it. Either one, something better's coming along, or two, you need to be taught a lesson or a trial or a test. Sit back and enjoy the ride, and you know what? Take a rest from you and let him be in the driver's seat for a change. Let him do what he needs to do. It's not about you. So many Christians nowadays, it's all about me, 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 me. No, it's not. And it's high time you learn that. It's not about you. It's about Christ. And that is the facts of the matter for Saturday, June 7th, 2014. Peace be in you, my brothers and sisters. May the Lord have mercy on us all. I love you guys so very much. God bless.